Hey guys, welcome to Dexfire
Hey, what's up, guys?
and Tyger, myself, Gaming Central. Today we're going to be reviewing a title called Realm of the Mad God, and it is produced by Kabam and Wild Shadow Studios. We're going to be reviewing this game, teaching you guys how to play and why to play it. We're going to start off with the tutorial, which Dexfire is going to help us with. Let's go there. He is a wizard, I am a necromancer, two different classes in this game. And we are both not using starting gear. I just picked these up off of enemies, which I will show you later. Okay, Kobe, you can start reading.
Okay, with the start of the tutorial, it just shows you how to move. Of course, W, S, and D keys, and A key. Excuse me. The first thing it shows you is the mini-map. They finally fixed it since the update, I think. Yep, they finally fixed it since the update. Before that, you did not have the potions. You actually had to keep in your inventory, and you actually had to switch between your inventory. Now you switch between your inventory and your potions and whatever you're carrying. The first thing in the tutorial is teaching you how to move. They don't really hurt all that bad. Just try not to stand like in front of them. After that, it shows you how to shoot, which you can use with your mouse, unless you're using a laptop or you have a wireless mouse. And after that, EXP, you gain EXP to gain levels. If you're playing on Steam, you actually get achievements for it. But other than that, you probably won't be getting anything, just levels. It's interesting. Play with friends, build guilds. Anyways, onto the tutorial. The next step it shows you is the how to switch, and when you do the tutorial, you actually get a free ring. It's a ring of minor defense. It's a T0. The T's they just stand for the level of your item. The higher that is, the better the item is.
Yeah, they stand for
the max level in this game is level 20. And that's about it from the first part of the tutorial. The next part of the tutorial is explaining the Nexus. After you get a class quest completed, which is most likely you have to hit level 20 to get your first class quest completed. You can choose your name, join guilds, buy things. The higher you level with your ranking. You've got your different sections where you can buy stuff if you have oh my
we'll
gosh,
go over the
sorry.
Nexus later.
Alright, but anyways, they actually have a backpack which you can double your inventory space.
Yeah, I saw that. That's pretty cool.
The stuff that I was talking about that I kind of stuttered on was the fame. It is when you get it when you die, after your character is dead. You get base fame, which is what you've earned. Once you hit level 20, it's like an orange bar where your EXP was, and it says fame, and you can hover over it, and it shows you how much fame you're going to get. And there's different items, different things you can do to get fame. There's one where you don't kill any cubes, and you get friend of the cubes, and I think it's like 5% fame bonus. It's not much, unless you're like really high in base fame. On to the next tutorial after the Nexus is where you actually fight a smaller god with enemies that actually shoot at you now instead of fighting the chickens like you were.
Tell them about
and
how quests
it would
work.
help if you moved, and they don't have far range, so you should be okay if you're a ranged person. The gear you can actually pick up from mobs. They're in brown, anywhere from brown, purple, blue, and I think white.
And light blue.
I'm not sure. I've never gotten one.
I've got one.
Some pets are pretty good. You've got some pets that'll actually show you where special bosses are that are invisible to others. The main object of the game is just to have fun, waste time, and teaches you how to move too.
Yep. And there is a quest system in the game, and basically if you do quests, you get fame, That's it. That's
and a little bit, and actually you get a little bit of fame and some EXP.
Yeah, you get a little bit of fame. A lot more if you're level 20, and a little bit EXP. Yeah.
And once you get to level 20, if you do over a certain amount of quests, you actually get more fame than when you're not. So the more quests you do and the more dungeons you do, the better. And you actually have to complete all of them to get to say that you actually did them.
Spacebar is also your special.
Pretty much the end of the tutorial, after you have finished the fighting the kitchen god. Yes, there's a little bit of blood in this, but it really it doesn't really affect the game. It really it's still a fun looking game.
Yes, it's very
so
pixelated.
that's it for the tutorial.
Yes, even though the game's very pixelated, it's very in depth.
Yes. Oh, one thing I forgot is the money. You can actually get more money if you put real depends if you're in the US, but anyways, do you actually put more money into it? But other than that, the game's pretty easy, pretty simple. It does get harder once you get in the Godlands. This is where you fight all the tougher monsters. They hit harder, get better gear there, and yeah. And if you stay in a group with somebody or get multiple groups and have them level up when you hit level 20, and they're like level 1s and stuff, if you have so many of those, you actually get EXP for doing those too.
Yeah. I'm gonna explain gear to him real quick. Gear
Alright.
is only usable by your class. For example, Kobe can only use wands. And his wands have something special unique to his class, because his wands lets him shoot further but does less damage. I do more damage but shoot really small, really short. Not really short.
A little bit shorter than I do.
A little bit shorter. And then there's melee classes in the game which also shoot but not as far, but they do a ton of damage. The tiers are like the tiers of the gear. First off, you're gonna come to this beach after the tutorial. What to do? Well, me and Kobe are just gonna go around killing things. We do not recommend you leave the beach until you're at least level like 3.
Or 2. It depends if you have good gear or not.
Good gear at this level is like, ooh, cubes. Don't mess with the cubes.
Yeah, you usually don't have good gear at this level.
Usually. If they just, ooh. Oh, and by the way, spacebar is your
Unless
special.
you actually get them from somebody.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the spacebar, I totally forgot to tell you guys that, my bad, is your special. Every class is different. For the archer, it has a big penetration arrow. For the priest is a healer, so the bigger, and you can also collect better gear, your special gear for your spacebar. The priest heals. The warlock or
necromancer, which I'm
yeah.
using.
Talk about the
okay,
the wizard. Sorry,
has an AoE damage, but it also heals you for the amount of damage it does. It's basically like in World of Warcraft, the warlock's soul drain, or no, life tap. Something. No, not life tap. Life drain. There we go. So yes, and now we're in this jungle-looking area, and the quest wants us to go kill these things. And as you can see, I cannot use this thing right here. It's for mages only, or wizards. And this is a chainmail breastplate. There are 3 kinds. There's leather, robes, and there is chainmail, or mail, or, you know, metal. And it depends on type of class you can use the amount of armor. And obviously metal has more than cloth, more armor. But less attributes, like intelligence. So we're just gonna kill these little thingies. And gear.
And you can pick up armor even if it's not for your class. You can still pick it up, but you just can't use it. You can always put it in your vault, which is inside the nexus. I guess it's like a yellowish crystal that you can go into. You get 1 free chest. The other ones you actually have to buy, which is pretty cool. But if you don't have the money, they're like 500 for each one, I think.
Like $5 each.
Not sure on that. Don't quote me on that.
They're $5 each. They are. I dropped my ring. Okay. As you saw, I picked up a ring. Gear in this game is not soulbound unless it's a boss, in which it drops a purple bag, or like a mini god or something like that. Ooh, staff.
But I don't think it was still soulbound, even if it was. It's soulbound because you're the only one that can see if it's in a purple, blue, or white bag.
You can, but it's not like completely soulbound. You can take it out of that bag and then give it to somebody else. You don't have to rush to get the gear.
You
like do
actually have
now.
to take it out and put it in your inventory. You used to be able to just to pick it up and then put it on the ground instantly, but they fixed that. So now you actually have to put it in your inventory, then you can put it down.
In their wide variety mode.
Which I think kind of sucks, because then it takes up inventory space, and yeah. But it's also speaking good, because you could accidentally drop it, and then nobody else can still see it.
Yes, some
as
things
long
are
as you
like
had not put it in your inventory.
Some things are like, oh god, I accidentally went to the Godlands.
Oh. Wow.
So this area,
Nice
these
job.
mobs aren't too much of a threat. As you can see, me and Kobe are dealing with them fairly easy.
It's another thing is I was actually playing earlier. Since I don't have another character slot, I had to delete my other character, which I died with, so I could get the fame. But Thomas actually has multiple,
No, my ring.
multiple character slots, and that penguin that he's got with him came with the package that he got. So, yeah, that's why I'm just using this one character. And,
Kobe
yeah.
is definitely not in starting gear, by the way. He is in some full-fledged.
Yeah, I'm definitely not in starting gear, because my level 20 was collecting gear for random. I just picked up random stuff. Thought maybe I might need it. In my vault, I actually have melee stuff. I've got a shield for the knight, and I have armor that the knight can wear too. I just don't have any weapons. I've got rings for him too.
I forgot to talk about the other special. The knight has a shield that stuns. The warrior has like a berserk kind of spell, which makes him go all crazy.
Did you say about the paladin? The paladin heals and makes you go berserk crazy.
Yes. The mystic...
They're like a semi-healer. Their heals heal over time, and priests are actually instant heals.
Yes, priests.
So if you're looking for an instant heal, you might want to do a priest. Priests aren't really good for solo playing. They're made for groups. So if you ever want to do a priest, you can still do them solo, but they're just not as productive as got a new class. They're just not as productive as the other classes.
They're not as damage dealing, but they can.
Yeah, they're not
survive.
as damage inclined as the other ones.
Yeah, rogues can go invisible. Assassins can make a copy of themselves. Mystics can like stasis people.
No. Assassins, no. Assassins. They just throw that paint bomb or whatever. Tricksters is the one that can make a clone of themselves.
Yes, assassins throw like a